Rising prices, they're making it harder and harder for most Americans to make ends meet. And at the same time, the gap between the richest folks in this country and all the rest of us, it's getting wider than it's ever been. You'd think the government might want to do something about that. But instead, Congress just passed this bill that, well, it's going to make it a whole lot worse. The Big Beautiful Bill is going to give a $1 trillion tax break in the next 10 years to the richest 1% of Americans. At the same time, it's going to cut about as much money from Medicaid. And that sounds like some bullshit to me. So we came down to Oxford County here in Waterford for the Waterford World's Fair. There's the Oxen Poll. We're trying to find somebody who thinks that tax cuts for the 1% are worth cutting services for everybody else. I'm guessing you've noticed kind of costs going up past few years or so, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Costs have definitely raised for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I had to start paying attention to grocery prices again.
So have you heard of what they're calling the Big Beautiful Bill?
I've heard of it.
The Big Beautiful Bill?
That's what they're calling it, yeah. That's right. Yeah. It's very big anyway. We're giving a $1 trillion tax break in the next 10 years to the top 1%.
Yep.
We're cutting Medicaid by $930 billion in the same time frame.
Yep.
Does that make sense to you?
No.
Well, actually, no, it does not.
No.
Why do you think they're doing that? Why do you think they're cutting funding for folks that need it and giving it to people who don't?
Because they are the people that don't need it.
Personally, I think the government sucks. They always push this bullshit in the middle of the night.
Do you think that millionaires, billionaires, the super rich, you think they have too much of an influence on our politics right now?
Oh, definitely.
Very much so.
And they're using it to their own advantage. And it's pretty sad.
All these pigs are at the trough, and they all want to keep eating.
Yeah.
They ain't going to cut off the hands that feed them.
You want me to ask David who you voted for president last time around?
I voted for Trump because
Yep.
I think he's the guy that's going to get it righted around.
Yeah, you know, one thing that I find particularly atrocious about this bill, in the next 10 years, it's going to give $1 trillion in tax breaks to the richest 1% of Americans. And these are people who have, you know, literally 12 times the amount of wealth
What
of the
about all
bottom
the
50%,
people that are
right?
starving?
Right. You know, one thing this bill's also going to be doing is it's going to leave a really big deficit for states to deal with. You know, we got to figure out some ways that we're going to close that gap here in Maine, and we can either basically cut services or we can raise taxes.
Now, I don't know along either one.
Well, now here's the other
There's got to
idea.
be a third.
Here's the third option. We just raise taxes on millionaires, billionaires,
There you
people who
go.
got plenty of money. Yes or no? Do you think it's bullshit to be giving $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1% and cutting almost $1 trillion from Medicaid?
Do I think it's bullshit to be giving tax breaks to the wealthy? Yes. It's bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, great.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, he's gonna want to record the handshake again.
Okay.
All
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good one.